All right, let's get right into it. Have you ever really looked at the leather seats in a nice car and seen those thousands of tiny little holes? You ever wonder, are those just for looks? Well, the answer is no. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the hidden engineering of your car seat. And trust me, we're going to reveal the secrets that tell you whether you paid for real comfort or just a very clever marketing trick.
Oh, you know this feeling. It's a hot day, you're wearing shorts, you slide into your car, and that leather seat feels like a hot skillet. The AC is blasting your face, but your back, your legs, they're just glued to the seat, getting sweatier by the second. It's awful, right? We've all been there, and we kind of just accept it. But what if I told you it's not supposed to be like that at all?
That's exactly right. If your expensive car seat is making you miserable, you're not just being picky. You are experiencing a straight-up design failure. I mean, the whole point of luxury is comfort, not feeling like you're being shrink-wrapped in a sauna. There is a solution, a real one, but a shocking number of cars completely fail to deliver it.
So let's talk about those little holes. Car companies love to show them off as the high-tech answer to that whole sweaty back problem. And they can be. But here's the big twist, the thing they don't really want you to know. In a whole lot of cars, those holes are nothing more than a decoration, a visual gimmick that does pretty much nothing. And to understand why, we gotta look a little closer. So here's the textbook definition. Perforated leather is just leather with a bunch of tiny holes punched in it. Simple enough. The idea is to let air move through. Sounds great, right? But, the devil is always in the details, and it all starts with a huge myth about car leather itself.
And here it is. This is where we bust the biggest myth out there. We all think of leather as this natural, breathing material. But the leather in your car, it has to survive coffee spills, UV rays, and you sliding in and out of it thousands of times. To do that, manufacturers seal it with a super durable protective coating. Just think of it like a really, really nice raincoat. It's tough, but it's also totally suffocated. It cannot breathe. So the only way to get air through that raincoat is to literally punch holes.
So you see where this is going. Just punching holes is not enough. For a seat to actually cool you down, to get rid of that sticky, humid feeling, you need three very specific things working together. It's a complete system, and if you miss even one part, the whole thing is a total failure. And here they are, the three keys: the hole, the path, and the power. The hole, well, that's the exit right on the surface. The path is a channel or a duct inside the seat foam that lets the air travel, and the power is a fan very deep inside the seat that actually moves the air. So here's the bottom line. Without the path and the power, that little hole is completely, totally useless. You know what? Here's the easiest way to think about it. It's just like bubble tea. The hole in the lid is for the straw itself is the path, and you are the power when you suck on it. Now imagine if you're missing any one of those three things. You're not getting any tea, are you? It is the exact same principle with your car seat. And look, the hard data proves it. A regular leather seat in a hot car can easily hit 35 degrees Celsius. Now, a seat with just holes, no fan, no internal path, it barely makes a difference. But a seat with the full system, whoa, it can drop the surface temperature by a massive 8 degrees. But even more important is this. It slashes the humidity right where you're sitting by over 40%. And that is the difference between feeling cool and dry and feeling sticky and disgusting. All right, let's follow the money, because this is where car makers can either give you some real value or, well, pull a fast one on you. Because a real ventilation system is expensive to build, and the cheap alternatives, they're basically a scam.
Okay, just look at this breakdown. Holes only gets a pathetic 1 star. It's barely better than nothing. The real deal, holes plus ventilation, that's a solid 4 stars. But I really want you to look at that one in bold. Embossed fake holes. This is a pure marketing trick where they just stamp the leather to look like it has holes. They don't even go all the way through. It is, and I'm not kidding, a 100% IQ tax.
So why doesn't every car just have the real deal? Simple. It's the cost. Let me give you a quick peek behind the manufacturing curtain at what it actually takes to build a seat that can breathe. 2 million yen. That's the price of one high-precision laser perforation machine, the kind the big luxury brands have to use to get those perfect, clean holes. You just can't do this job right with cheap gear. And that massive cost, it gets passed on to you. Next up, waste. To make sure the holes are placed perfectly and to avoid any natural flaws in the leather, manufacturers have to throw out up to 15% more of that expensive rawhide than they would for a regular seat.
That's a huge hidden cost.
And finally, this. About 1,500 yen. That's the typical added cost for just the stuff inside the seat. The fans, the special foam with air channels, the wiring. So the most important part isn't the holes you can see. It's the complex, expensive system you can't.
Okay, enough of the technical stuff. Now I'm going to arm you with a simple 2-minute takedown test. This is how you walk into any showroom, sit in any car, and know in seconds if you're getting a real, high-quality ventilated seat or a cheap fake.
It's a super simple 3-step process. First, you're going to feel the airflow. Second, you're going to listen for the sound of the system. And third, you're going to look for the signs of real quality engineering. Let's break it down.
All right, step 1. Sit down, crank the ventilation to high, and just close your eyes for a second. A winning system gives you this gentle, even flow of air across your entire back and your legs. The key sensation you're looking for isn't cold, it's dryness. It should feel like it's literally pulling the humidity away from you. A loser system, it just feels like a single annoying cold spot on your lower back or nothing at all.
Step 2. Just listen. A quality system should make a soft, consistent humming sound. That's the sound of a good fan moving air through a clear path. If you hear a loud, whiny, struggling noise, that is a massive red flag. It means the fan is fighting against a poorly designed, blocked-up system. In fact, engineers at Mercedes spent years just trying to get rid of that exact annoying whine.
And finally, step 3. Look like an absolute pro. Pull out your phone's flashlight. Are the holes small and precise? The sweet spot, what brands like BMW and Mercedes use, is about 1 to 1.2 millimeters. Are the edges of the holes perfectly clean? That tells you it was cut by a laser. And then, gently press on the leather. You should feel a soft fabric layer just underneath. That's there for durability, to keep the leather from tearing. So after all of that, what are the golden rules, the absolute non-negotiable takeaways to make sure you never, ever get scammed on a car seat again?
Here they are, your 3 commandments for seat shopping. Number 1, remember, the holes are just the exit. Ask the salesperson. So, how does the path and the power work? How does the air get here? Number 2, you have to test it. Don't just turn it on and off. Sit there for 5 solid minutes. A good system makes you feel dry. And number 3, the most important, never ever pay extra for fake holes. If you can't find a button with a little fan symbol on it, those holes are just for decoration, period. And really, this is what it all comes down to. True comfort isn't about one single feature. It's about systems engineering. It's about how a dozen different components all work together in perfect harmony. You don't get there by just drilling more holes in a piece of leather. So I'm going to leave you with this question. Now that you have this knowledge, the next time you're in a dealership checking out a car, are you going to be able to spot the difference between real engineering and a cheap marketing trick? Yeah, I think you will.